Remember when you actually owned the software that you paid for? You bought the license once and then it was yours forever. There was no monthly or annual subscription. You didn't have to worry about those automatic renewals. But today that's not the case. Truly owning software has become outdated. You're paying a recurring fee for your apps and your OS, your music, your business tools, all of it. With that recurring fee, there's a quiet warning. Stop paying and everything you've uploaded will be gone. It didn't begin with greed. The subscription model started as a practical solution. It was a way to fund continuous updates, support, and maintenance. Back in the 2000s, software came on disks. You bought programs like Microsoft Office or Photoshop or QuickBooks. You bought it once and then you used the same thing for years. You'd only need to buy a new version of the software when a new version came out and you wanted the new features. And from a business standpoint, that model had a problem. The revenue stopped for these companies after the sale. So when these companies introduced subscriptions, they pitched it as innovation. They said there would be continuous updates. No more need to get the new version of the software, they'll just send the update straight to your system. They said they would always be secure. There would be no worry about the security measures, they've got you covered. And then you could also pay less upfront. Sure, that sounds great, and if you're always wanting to buy a new version of the platform every time it comes out, this could work for you. But for example, businesses, whenever they're managing hundreds of licenses, that seemed like a great deal at first. Big tech changed how we think about value, not just how technology is sold. Subscriptions prey on something that is deeply human and something that we all want: convenience. When something renews automatically, you don't think about it. You don't even question it. You don't notice the slow creep in cost. It's like a treadmill you never really meant to get on, but now you can't get off because everything you do depends on it. And it's clever because once software becomes a subscription, you stop being the customer. You become that stream of recurring revenue. If there's one company that proved this model could work, it's Adobe. In 2013, Adobe killed perpetual licenses and replaced Creative Suite with Creative Cloud, and people were furious. They hated the idea of not owning their copy of Photoshop forever. But then time passed and the backlash faded and the revenue exploded. Adobe went from $4 billion a year to over $20 billion without releasing a single revolutionary product. They didn't make better tools, they just made a better business model. That was their trick. Every other major tech company watched Adobe and thought, hey, we can do that.
What's back in here, guys? I can do it too.
After Adobe's success, everybody followed. Microsoft pivoted with Office 365, Google turned its free tools into workspace subscriptions, Apple launched iCloud Plus, Apple One, and recurring bundles. Even Netflix-style billing crept into small business tools like your backup software and antivirus and email hosting. The as-a-service model became the default. Software as a service, infrastructure as a service, platform as a service. And now it's not just software. You're renting your storage, your productivity, your entertainment, even your hardware. Some laptops are now even coming with subscription-based warranties and security platforms. Cars lock features behind monthly plans. We didn't just normalize this, we made it the new standard. Subscriptions make sense for the companies that sell them.
I like money.
What inspired you to build a second Krusty Krab right next door to the original?
Money.
Predictable revenue, easier forecasting, smoother growth, but for users, it's a trap disguised as progress, because you can't skip the updates anymore. You can't stay on a version that worked better for you or your team. If a feature breaks or disappears, good luck. And it's not just the cost, it's the control. The moment everything moves to a subscription, you lose ownership of your tools and your timeline. You're always on someone else's schedule. Their update cycles, their downtime and maintenance windows, their pricing changes. They don't care how convenient it is for you or if you stay within your budget. It's not partnership, it is dependency by design. For businesses, this isn't just annoying, it's expensive. Software bills now make up a massive portion of IT budgets, and most organizations don't even know how many tools they're paying for. There are redundant apps, a ton of auto renewals, forgotten accounts that slip through the cracks if you're not performing regular audits. And then here's the kicker. The average business uses over 100 platforms and only tracks a fraction of them. That's crazy, right? The hidden cost of cloud subscriptions isn't just the monthly fee, it is the administrative chaos. Instead of owning your infrastructure, you're now managing vendors. Every software provider will tell you you can cancel anytime, but sure in theory, but in practice, the deeper you go, the longer you have it, the harder it is to leave. Your data lives in their ecosystem. Your employees rely on their integrations already, and your workflows depend on their uptime. That's lock-in, wrapped in friendly UI and easy monthly billing. The entire model works because it creates invisible handcuffs. You're free to cancel, but you'll break half your business processes if you do. This isn't just a corporate story. Think about your own life. Your photos are in iCloud and your playlists are in Spotify. Your very personal documents are in your Google Drive. We have outsourced our digital memories to companies that charge rent for access to them. And then what makes this story so personal is that big tech didn't change how we pay. They changed how we think and what we expect. We stopped expecting ownership. Here's where it gets tricky. The line between necessity and excess is blurred. Some would say it's even gone completely. The average household pays for dozens of subscriptions for entertainment, storage, AI, even antivirus. And for businesses, it's even worse. They have security platforms, reporting tools, CRM, project management. All of these have per-seat pricing that scale way faster than revenue most of the time. We've built an economy around renting what we used to own, and while every subscription individually feels small, you add it all up and it's a quiet tax on convenience. So the question isn't, should we cancel our subscriptions? The real question is, what do we still own? Ownership is more philosophical than anything else. When you own something, you can use it how you want, when you want, wherever you want. But when everything you rely on is tied to a specific account or policy or a billing cycle, you're not really in control anymore. There's some good news though. I mean, you can get control back. For businesses, I have a few recommendations. You can audit your software stack, cancel what you don't use, and anything that's extra. Check out the features in your current platforms. There are updates that are pushed out all the time, and with those updates, there are some new features. So make sure you're not using two software platforms that essentially do the same thing. Choose vendors that let you export or move data freely. I touch on this in another video, but having the ability to do this will give you peace of mind. Just knowing that you have a copy of your data stored locally in case you ever go offline is so convenient. Use hybrid systems too, a mix of cloud and local backups. Having a mix of both is way better than being entirely reliant on one or the other. You can't put all your eggs in one basket. And lastly, standardize licenses by role and need. This will give you your sanity back if you're managing a team. The accounting team probably doesn't need the same access or tools as your technician or a sales rep. Find out what access is needed by role and then make a list. I love onboarding and offboarding checklists for this reason. And then let's switch gears. On the personal side, I recommend that you stop paying for overlap. You can perform the same type of audit that businesses do, but on your own personal stuff. Do you really need that productivity app on your phone that creates really pretty checklists? Or does the built-in reminder app on your phone work just as well? Check out some perpetual tools when possible and buy those. At the time this video was recorded, Final Cut Pro is still one example of software that you can still purchase one time and use it as long as you want. Keep local copies of your files, your music, and your projects. Ask yourself, do you really need your Netflix subscription, or can you just buy the complete series of Seinfeld and watch it whenever you want? You don't need to ditch the modern world or cancel every single subscription. You just need to stop treating your digital life like it's on lease. The subscription model was never meant to trap us, but the more we accepted it, the less we noticed how much control we gave away. Ownership didn't vanish because we stopped caring, we just stopped noticing. And now it's a world where everything is accessible, nothing is really ours, and the question is this: do we keep renting our freedom to access anything and everything, or do we start taking our control back? Subscriptions aren't the problem, it's us, it's how much control we've given up without even realizing it. The good news is that we can still take it back. We can each choose what's worth paying for and what's just noise. And I want to know what you think. Where do you draw the line? What do you think is totally worth the monthly fee, and then what's better owned outright? Tell me in the comments below. And if this has got you thinking, hit subscribe. We've got a lot more to talk about.